So I'm off on a bit of a different mission today. One of my clients is trying to improve some of their land, so I'm going to take the before pictures before they do anything, and then I'm going to photograph the process for them throughout. So I'm heading up onto a fell that's not been managed for a lot of years. So I'm going to take those photos, but I thought that while I'm walking across the fell, I might as well make some content. And one of the videos I've been wanting to make recently is about the plant life on the moors. We had a guest at one of our Why Moorlands Matter events who basically thought the entire hill of a grouse moor was just heather, which is quite an interesting concept. But I understand that a lot of people probably think that because you look at it and it is just a big brown hill, basically. So we obviously sent them out with one of the keepers to go and look at actually what's on the ground. And, you know, the bilberry, the cloudberry, there's cranberries, which even I didn't know, and God knows how many different moss species up there, and a lot of different wildflowers as well. And I really want to improve my knowledge on all of these things anyway, so I thought while I'm doing this walk I will try and film as many species as I can, and if I know what they are I will talk about them. If I don't know, then I will put the name on the screen. Like I say, I am not the best with plant species just because there's so many up there. I know the more obvious ones, like some of the flowers and things, but even the flowers, I was out with one of the keepers having a look, and there's like teeny weeny little white flowers and yellow flowers, and there's all sorts that you don't see until you actually walk out and have a look on the ground. So that's what I'm hopefully going to do today. I'm hoping it's not too windy. I am going right on the top of a hill, so it probably will be. But if it's too windy to speak, then I will just put the text on afterwards, I guess. This valley is like a forgotten valley. It's quite cool because it's not a main road. It's like a little one-way road that isn't ever really driven on, with some kind of forgotten farms up it. So it's always very beautiful to drive up here. But try and squeeze past that car. So yeah, hopefully we see plenty of species. It'll be interesting on here because it's not been managed for a lot of years, so it will be interesting to actually see what is on there compared to the grouse moor that I was on last week. And maybe I'll even do a comparison if there's not a lot, but we'll see. We'll find out what there is. It's going to be a bit windy. I don't think there's much I can do about that, but the first plant is probably cotton grass. This is it's everywhere on this hillside. It's beautiful because it's a really good cotton grass year this year. This is very protein rich for certain birds that eat it, so grouse will eat this. Everyone says it's like Red Bull for grouse, and yeah, it's a really good protein source for them at this time of year. So it's probably, like I said, the most obvious because it's everywhere. This is another little plant. I can't remember the name of it, so I'll insert the name. They're like teeny weeny little flowers. I think these are bilberry plants coming through. So they obviously get little black berries on them that you can eat. So it's all kind of hidden in amongst this. That's probably something else there, to be fair. Then in your wetter patches you obviously got all your different kinds of moss. So it's a sphagnum, pretty good at absorbing water. Then you've got what looks like it's going to be star moss there. Literally comes out looking like a star, obviously. Another kind of grass here. This is your cotton grass at the moment. It's some more sphagnum. It just shows you how much water it does absorb. As you can see here, you've got your more like reedy grass, then you've got these with seeds on the top, then you've also got another type of grass here. So taking one of my pictures from here, you can hear a golden plover singing, which is always nice. To take the picture, record the location. I'm also going to what 3 word it, just so that I have 2 versions of location. It's a golden plover. God, I'm very rosy today. It's got a lot of side in front of me, so she's obviously got chicks somewhere now, I think. So now swapping from grassland into more like mixed heather and grass. So see what you can see here. So you obviously have peat on these uplands, which is a huge topic that's always talked about. So this would be like an example of some like degraded peat where it's kind of fell away, so it's probably not holding as much carbon in that bit. So this is somewhere that could be restored to hold carbon more efficiently, really, and improve this bit of habitat. Got tons of bilberry up here to come through. Also, when people say the fells have been drained and they're dry, that's probably really deep. But this whole bit, you've got to be careful that you don't sink into these, because it's wet all the way up there and all the way across here. So if you are fell walking, always stand on the tufts because they don't go down as much, or just walk around it, because if you get stuck in one of these, it's a real bitch to get out. So any mossy bit is probably gonna sink. These bits are sometimes really deep, so they might not look that deep, but I've had friends going up to their waist. This is obviously heather, for people who have not seen it before. But even in the heather, you know, you've got bilberry coming up through, you've got these other strands of grass, you've got these, I need to find out what these are called. But it's not just a block of heather, there's all kinds of, you know, and underneath you've got moss under there. So it's quite interesting to get in and actually have a look at it. Rather beautiful. This is going to be my second picture because there's already a mound here, so it's easy to describe to people. Already heard, well, I've seen a pair of golden plover which probably have chicks. I think they'll be hatched by now. And then there is a curlew going mad at the moment, quite toasty. This is some more star moss. So when it fully comes out, it opens out a lot more. And then you've also got these little shoots, which I don't know what these are. You then got these little flowers, which I think I'm sure my mum always told me they were called milkmaids or something, but I'll look up their proper name and then put it on the screen. They're very pretty. More of an example of when people say that these fells are drained. I mean, we've had a pretty dry year this year, and as you can see, they're still pretty wet. It's quite cool just to walk. I don't usually do that much walking. I'm usually in a car when I photograph, but there is another pair of goldies going mad. There's a curlew in front circling me. Obviously trying to just be quiet and kind of scope on through. They'll all have chicks. Oh, actually, there's another goldie. There's another goldie. So cool to see golden plover up here. These are the bits you have to kind of feel out. So as you can see, if I put pressure on there, you just sink. Probably hear that curlew. So you also get little insects build their nests in here. We used to look at these as kids. They have like a little green insect inside. I'm just having a 2-minute breather. I've still got quite a hike to go all the way across to this side of the fell, and then my car is somewhere up there, so then I have to hike back. But I actually quite enjoyed it. It's quite nice to be out on foot and see all the different species that are here. And also I think with all the plant species, they're all food for all the insects that live on the fell, and then obviously all the insects are food for all the ground nesting birds that come and nest here. So it's a pretty big cycle that a lot of people don't think about. I think they just think that it's all heather, which is not the case. I'm just sat quiet because there's a golden plover right in front of me. They have the most beautiful and soulful call, I think, of all the waders. It almost makes me want to cry. It's just like the most sad little call compared to other birds. But there's probably chicks around here somewhere. So these are heath bedstraw, these little flowers. They're actually everywhere up here, there's tons of them. These are called tormental, another little flower that you would never know was there unless you looked. See them all throughout here. Well, I've been all across the top of here. I started, well, that's the road, my car is at the top of that road. So I've got a bit of a walk back to the sound of golden plovers. You can see all of the cotton grass seeds that are all starting to come off. These are all pretty ready to go now, so you see them all on the wind. I don't know if you can hear that sound. There's obviously a underwater stream here, of which I cannot cannot see at all. I also did these signs with the North Pennines Moorland group. So if you're anywhere in the North Pennines, you should be able to find one, and you can scan the QR code which goes to our website and has all the species that you might see on there. It has also got some plant life, but not tons of it. So yeah, I hope that was kind of interesting. I'm exhausted now. That was a bigger walk than I thought it was going to be. But I didn't manage to find cloudberry and I didn't manage to find cranberry. So I'll try and, I don't know if I took footage of that last week, so I'll try and insert some if I did. And if I'm incorrect on any plant names, someone correct me, because like I say, I am still learning a lot of them. I don't know them very well, so always happy to learn new things. But I'm on the way home now and need a good cup of coffee.